Little people, big world. Clues: Caryn Chandler's a gold digger. Did she cause the farm drama? Background: Caryn Chandler began outing herself in the Little People, Big World series around 2017, initially as the farm's manager. She later became Matt Roloff's fiancée, officially introduced to fans during season 25, post his divorce from Amy Roloff. The relationship grew publicly: engagement, the building of a new home, and occasional tension both on and off-screen. Most notably, Caryn sparked reports of disagreements during farmhouse design episodes and after Matt decided to leave Roloff Farm to Amy, deepening perceptions that she treads lightly to avoid appearing domineering. The gold digger narrative. Headlines such as "Clues: Caryn Chandler's a gold digger," "Screen Rant," and a post marking 8 signs of a gold digger highlight a recurring theme. Critics suggest Caryn is motivated by Matt's wealth and property, rather than genuine partnership. Clues fueling the gold digger accusations. A. Financial gain and asset leverage. Farm inheritance fallout. Matt chose to leave Roloff Farm to ex-wife Amy. Critics interpret this decision as Caryn seeking access to a valuable asset. However, alternative views suggest Matt reserves his autonomy over the farm rather than attributing it solely to Caryn's influence. Living off Matt versus own means. Detractors argue Caryn benefits financially from him, alleging she didn't own comparable assets before this relationship. Conversely, Caryn reportedly held her own property and was compensated for farm management, muddying the narrative. B. On-screen drama and interpersonal conflict. Disputes in the house. A People article covered Caryn and Matt clashing over home decor. Matt wanted the house to feel shared, Caryn pushed back, stating the home still belonged to Matt until marriage. Critics portray these exchanges as hostile or aggressive, casting her as confrontational. Family blending friction. Caryn's present history of getting close to Matt's children before learning to step back has, for some, reinforced negative perceptions of opportunism, as she reportedly distanced herself to avoid further friction. See public appearances and social media presence. Silence and sudden stories. Caryn rarely posts on social platforms, but occasional Instagram stories spark fresh buzz, including accusations she's trying to thrive as an influencer or restore relevance. Critics say this mix of low and high visibility fits a calculated public persona. Fan defense and counterarguments. A genuine relationship and mutual support. Many fans defend Caryn's intentions, contending, "Caryn has been growing on me. I see how Matt and Caryn were always destined to be together." Moreover, eyewitness fans in Arizona report seeing her and Matt affectionately together. "I live in AZ. I've seen them out several times, sharing the same side and holding hands." They stress that she's not financially exploiting Matt, because she already owns assets and hasn't pushed for influencer fame. B. Contextualizing conflict and publicity. Many couples argue over home design. What critics view as aggressive may be normal relationship dynamics. Some fans believe the farm drama preceded Caryn, and that blame on her may be misplaced. The problems were there well before Caryn. That problem is Matt. Reality and nuance, cause or catalyst. Let's deconstruct whether Caryn truly caused the drama or merely overlapped with a pre-existing dynamic. A. The farm drama roots. Pre-Caryn origins. The farm dispute began after Matt announced plans to pass the farm to Amy, leading to public backlash and family rifts. That moment predates and operates independently of Caryn's involvement. Inherited tensions. Years of tension between Matt and his children were established long before Caryn's integration, lessening the credibility of claims that she single-handedly disrupted family harmony. B. Caryn's amplification role. Publicized romantic status. As Matt's visible partner, Caryn drew media attention and perhaps intensified scrutiny on family dynamics, whether fair or not. On-screen presence as spotlight. Her increased screen time, design disagreements, managing boundaries, social media updates, provided critics with fresh material, but that doesn't necessarily equate to causation of the core conflict. Thus, while Caryn is connected to the story's evolution, there's scant evidence she drove the core farm drama. Unpacking the gold digger label. A. What defines a gold digger? Common hallmarks include entering relationships for financial gain, pushing for wealth/control, fear of poverty, excessive materialism, and lack of emotional connection. Materialist motive? Karin's moderate social media activity and modest status, not influencer rich, suggest she isn't aggressively pursuing material gains. Is she controlling? Arguing design choices doesn't equate to trying to control his wealth. Couples frequently differ on decor. Emotional authenticity? Fans testify to affectionate displays, suggesting emotional compatibility nonetheless. B. Benefit of the doubt, own assets and income. Reports indicate Karin had her own property and made income as farm manager prior to any material gains via Matt, undermining the assertion that she needed him for financial status. Media narratives and bias. A clickbait culture. Headlines like "Gold Digger" often generate clicks. Greenrant's articles, though visually engaging, sometimes rely on framing rather than new evidence. B. Fan-driven speculation. Reddit users echo both extremes. For example, Karin had problems. Under her management, she and Matt got nailed for hiring undocumented workers. Yet, follow-up posts point out farm lawsuits date back to early 2000s, well before Karin was even involved, demonstrating how easily speculation detaches from timeline facts. Timeline truth: Karin joined late. Karin and Matt dated from 2017 after the divorce. The farm drama erupted in early 2024 episodes when Matt revealed he planned to bequeath the farm to Amy. The lawsuits Reddit referenced happened in 2001 and 2011, decades before Winking Face. This chronology deflates any argument that Karin caused systemic issues. She entered a pre-existing storm. A balanced perspective. Supporting points. Matt's own decision-making, excluding his children keeping the farm, catalyzed the core drama. Karin brought new dynamics by becoming more visible in family and interior decisions. Questionable assumptions. That she'd shift Matt's long-standing estate plans, unclear and likely false given timelines. That she benefits disproportionately, contradicted by her own financial independence and income sources. Verdict. Yes, Karin's visibility sharpens scrutiny around the Roloff saga. No, evidence doesn't support that she orchestrated dysfunction or entered for wealth. Final thoughts. It's critical to differentiate between being tangentially involved and being the instigator. No solid proof that Karin influenced Matt's farm inheritance or property decisions. Red flags are largely speculative with minimal factual grounding. Fans on both sides summon anecdotes that amplify pre-existing narratives, not novel revelations. Expert lenses reinforce that relational decisions over decor or timelines don't equate to materialistic exploitation. She had assets before Matt, deflating claims of monetary dependency. Reflection and why it matters. This debate underscores broader issues in reality TV. Public relationships invite scrutiny, especially when wealth, legacy, and mixed families are involved. Media can oversimplify multi-layered dynamics to catchy tropes, gold digger, drama queen, etc. Fans often look for villains. Karin is a convenient target. But peeling back claims against timelines, evidence, and context reveals a far more nuanced picture. 11. In closing, there are clues critics cite: design arguments, estate tensions, selective social media engagement. But these clues are circumstantial, not evidentiary proof. Many accusations crumble when tested against Karin's financial independence, the Roloff timeline, an absence of direct causation. Whether you find her assertive or controversial, labeling her a gold digger appears more clickbait than factual. Ultimately, Karin Chandler's presence coincided with farm drama but did not cause it. In the intricate landscape of Little People, Big World, her portrayal says less about her and more about selective storytelling, and our hunger for a bolt-on villain. If you'd like, I can explore specifics, financial records, on-screen dialogue, or Matt's motivations. Just say the words "smiling face with smiling eyes." On Little People, Big World, Karin Chandler has had a reputation for harboring materialistic and selfish motives when it comes to her intentions behind dating and eventually marrying Matt Roloff. Starting as one of his employees, Karin began working on the farm as Matt's assistant for 10 years before acquiring a spot on one of the best reality TV shows. Matt used to be married to Amy Roloff, with whom he bought a farmhouse in 1990 to create Roloff Farms, which has since exploded in popularity to become a huge tourist destination in Oregon. Karin experienced her own divorce from Joseph Chandler, whom she was married to for 20 years until 2012. Matt and Amy split in 2016, giving Karin 4 years to present herself as a single and available outlet for Matt in his marital troubles. Having had 2 children with Joseph, Karin was likely looking for a way to financially support her children following the dissolution of her marriage, which is where Matt and the potential value of selling his farm came in during season 25 of Little People, Big World. When Matt acquired the family farm in 1990, a succession was well established with Zach slated to take over after Matt was ready to retire. That is why it took the entire family, most notably Zach, by surprise when Matt decided to list 16 acres of the market without consulting anyone. Zach was understandably offended, and although he has not publicly placed blame on Karin, her lack of interest in taking on the responsibility of managing the Roloff farms was not a secret and presumably influenced Matt and Karin's decisions, which tore the family apart. Although Karin would not have been involved if Zach were to take over, she would have lost a large sum of money which she felt entitled to. That money most likely appealed to both Matt and Karin as potential funding for their new home, which they started to build during Little People, Big World Season 25. Goes without saying that Zach was well aware of the financial incentive Matt and Karin gained by removing him from the equation, given that he refused to talk about Matt and Karin's engagement with the producers